Hey, what's up everyone? I'm Yash Makan and welcome to my YouTube channel. So in this video, we'll be making our own chat application which will be like ChatGPT using Flutter and Python. So we'll make our interface which will be like ChatGPT, and then we'll make our backend using Python, and then we'll integrate them both. But before going any further, if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please do that, as it will really help the channel out. Just go to my channel and hit this subscribe button. There are a lot of interesting videos like dynamic island, movie streaming application, Pokédex application, music recommendation, face recognition, email app, and a lot more videos to come in the future as well. So please subscribe the channel. Alrighty then. So with that all being said, let's start this video. So let's see what we'll be making in this video. This is the interface of the ChatGPT that we'll be making in this video, and it looks a lot like ChatGPT web interface, right? So we'll be making like that. After that, once we have made that in Flutter, we'll also integrate our Python backend, but that will be further in the video. The timestamps are also available, so make sure to check that out as well if you're interested in a specific part of the video. Alright, so let's see. This is the application, as you can see, that we will be making in this video. So let's make our own project first, right? So let me open up Android Studio. Perfect. So our project is made right here, and let's go in the lib main.dart, and this boilerplate code that we have, I'll remove that. Alright, so this home page class also we don't need here, so I'll remove that as well. Let's change the title for FlutterGPT, and here let's create our home page. There's no need to pass any title, and yeah, that would be it. Also, let's pass the debug show check banner as false. And let's create our home page. So inside the views, let's go and create one directory first for views, and let's create our Dart file inside for our home page. Make sense? Right. Then let's create our material.dart and a stateless widget for our home page. Alright, let's create scaffold, body, and the background color. Now let's go back Figma, and this will be the screen for the home page. So let's go here and copy this color. What I'll do is I'll create inside lib one constants folder, and here let's create one file for colors, and let's create a class custom colors, so that we'll be using in this project. So our background color is something color 0xff 100% opacity, and let's pass that, and let's import .ui or material.dart. Perfect. Then we'll simply pass that. So custom colors .background, and inside the body, as you can see that we have to make a column. So let's create a column and children. So let's open up the emulator as well to see simultaneously like how we are making. So I'll open up the iOS simulator and I'll position it accordingly. Alright, so our app is made as well. Now let's go further. And inside the column, we'll be needing this logo. So let me just export that logo and export vector. There we go. Our vector is exported. So now we can create our assets folder. So let's create that assets, and inside that we can create one images as well. Why not? So let's create images, and let me just drag and drop that. Alright, and name it as logo. Make sense? Now let's go to our pubspec.yaml file and include that as well. So let's create asset, assets, images, and after that, yeah, that would be it. So pubget, let's run. After that, inside the home page, what we will do is we'll create one image dot asset, assets, images, and logo dot png. Makes sense? Let's hot restart once. And there we go, we have an image on the top left. Awesome. Let's create the cross axis as center. Also, let's wrap it with the safe area. All right. Sized box, width. Awesome. So now we have our logo as well. Let's go here. Now, as you can see, we have some spacing here, 38. So let's add 38. Okay, I added below. Let's add above. Yeah. Then we need our text. So let's add some text there. Okay, let's create a new line. After that, let's copy this and create that. Perfect. The spelling of your is wrong, so let's just fix that as well. After that, there's a spacing between them, so let me just add that of sized box 24. And there's a spacing between this and this as well, that is 24. We can use padding here, but yeah, size box also is fine. All right, let's create the styling also. We can create first thing in the main.dart theme data is dark here. And yeah, let's go and use some styling. So style, and let's create our text theme. So final text theme is equals to text theme of theme dot of context dot text theme. And using this text theme, we can get our styles. So let's go with heading medium and let's align at center. All right. After that, I'm going to make it as 16 because 24 is looking a bit odd. And let's create our style again for this as well. And for that, let's go with our body medium. Yeah, that looks exactly the same. So I guess that will work. And for this heading medium, let me copy with and add a font weight of bold. Awesome. And add a color of white. Yeah. And here let's create a little less spacing. After that, we have a 6 spacing. So basically what widget is used is we don't have to use a sized box again. We'll use expanded. Right, and here we'll make another column and a children inside that, and yeah, that will work. Let me add a comma here. Now this expanded that we have, it will take the entire space, available space, and after this expanded, we will add our text field. So now in the column, what we will do is we'll create this first. So we have an icon. Outlined, perfect. After that, we have expanded, right? So let me create our main axis minimum and let's make it in center. Perfect. After that, we have a text with a 12 sized box. So let's add some spacing of height 12, and then we have a text examples. Okay, perfect. After that, we have sized box of 40. So let's create that. Okay, and then we have these example. So let's go, and inside the views, let me create one example widget. So let's import material. Let's create a stateless widget known as example widget. Now inside, let me create a scaffold in the body. So here we will be passing one string. So final string text. We'll create that, and for the body, we'll be having one container, and we'll style that just in a moment. So let me just remove that. We won't be needing scaffold here, so I'll remove scaffold, and yeah, perfect. Now this example widget I'll add multiple times. So example widget, text, and yeah, we'll add the text here. After that, we have spacing, but that I will add in the widget only. So that's it, I guess. Yeah. Now let's copy this. Okay. Okay. So let me just paste this one and paste this one. All right. Perfect. Now I think our layout for this is done. Next thing is our text field. So let's create that. I can create our widget only. So we can create a chat text field widget, and the controller will be passing for that. Let's create a controller, and I guess that would be it. We won't be passing anything else. So yeah. Okay, first thing, let's create a controller. So the stateless, let's make it stateful, and the final text editing controller. Controller is text editing controller. Then let's add const everywhere in the file, and this widget also we'll make inside the views. Okay, so let's create a folder widgets. Let's drag drop our example widget inside, as well as let's create our chat text field. Now let's import material, create a stateless widget for our chat text field, and let's create a container child row children flexible or expanded text field, icon button on pressed, icons dot send. Right now I'm just making an outline structure, and styling we'll do later on. Okay, so this will be our text field, and now for the example widget, we'll be having one container. Then inside the decoration, box decoration, we will be making a, what we'll be making? We'll be making a color, and let's copy this color. Now this is white of 8% and this is white of 10%. Awesome. So let's create two colors more inside our constants, light color, light gray and dark gray. Light gray, it's 2%. So let's go here, and our container here will be having color of, what it will be, a light gray, right? Yeah, so light gray. And here in the example widget, we'll be using our dark gray. Alright, then we'll be having border radius, circular, and for these we have a 8 border radius, so I'll pass 8. For the child, let's create text, and yeah, padding, as you can see that it is 12 and 37, so symmetric, vertically 12, horizontally let's pass 36, and okay, inside the home page, let's import our chat text field. Now this controller we forgot to pass, so let's pass that. Final text editing controller, and this controller here will be passed. Okay, so the layout, basic layout is done. The thing is that the structure here is not proper. So what we will do, inside the example widget, we'll add a width of double dot infinity. So it will take the complete spacing. Also, we'll add a margin only for bottom to add the spacing required, like here, which is 16. Yup. And what we will do is that the styling. So this is medium 16, so we have to increase the style here. We don't have a text theme, so let's go in home page and copy the line for text theme and paste it here. Now text theme dot, and here we can use body large. Now let's create our text line as center, so that it will be center, and 2 lines all are coming, so that is fine. Now let's add some horizontal padding. So for that, we'll add inside the home page the entire column that we have. I'll add padding to that. So here symmetric, and I guess it is 16. Let's see. Okay, 20. So let's add a 20 of symmetric padding for horizontal. Okay, let's make it 16. Yeah, fine. Now that will be fine. After that, we have our text field here, so let's style that. And also the examples, the text style that we have is 20, so let's change that. And here let's create as 8 for the style, and text theme dot. Awesome, so title medium will work fine. Now let's style our text field. So let's go in the chat text field, and here let's create decoration, box decoration. Let's pass our color, border radius, circular, and the border radius here is also 8, so let's pass that. Border color is white, so border dot all color is white, so let's pass that as well. Yeah, perfect. Now the word text field that we have, the cursor color is white, so let's pass cursor color as well. And now let's style our button for this icon button. So let's create style icon button dot style from shape, circle border, background color, and let's create a primary color for the app as well inside our custom colors. So inside the colors dot, let's create our primary color as well. Color primary is equals to color 0xff, paste it, and let's use this primary color here. Yeah, okay, so okay, it's not circular, it's rectangle, so rounded rectangular border we have to use, and the border radius that we have is 4, so let's create 4. All right, now it has some padding of 8 around it, so let's create a padding of 8 around it. Okay, now is it 8? Yeah, it is 8, but let's decrease it to something like maybe 4. 4 will work. Yeah, inside the text field, let's just go create a comma, format code. Yeah, let's create our decoration, input decoration, and border that we have, let's set it as none, so our border won't show. So that's it, we have made our home page. It's looking pretty similar to me. Yeah, I'm happy with that design. Fine. So all right, let's go here. So now this chat we need to show. So if I start typing, okay, so this is one issue here, there is no padding here, so let's add that. For this container there will be a padding, or better, let's add a sized box because we only want in the left size, and let's create a width of 4 because that side also I have passed 4, but it's not looking good. Okay, 8 is fine here, let's go with 8. So now I can search hello ChatGPT, and I can click search and it should search, right? After that, let's go and create our conversation. So what will a conversation look like? So let's create a model and let's create new dart file conversation. Now conversation will be a class which can have final string input or a question and an answer, right? So basically there will be multiple conversations between them. This is one conversation that they have. So this will getting from our API, we are going to parse it. Awesome. Let's create from JSON also now only. So conversation, let's create factory method dot from JSON, and it will accept a map JSON which will return a conversation JSON question answer. So that we'll get from our Python backend that we will do later in the video. Perfect. Now this is done. Let's go back here inside our views and home page. Above, let's create our list of conversations, and let's create a empty list. So initially it will be empty. Now let's create a bool getter is conversation started. How we'll know? So if the conversation dot is not empty, that means that the conversation has been started between the chatbot and the human. So if it is not empty, then based on that we'll change the UI here. So as you can see in the column, we have all these things. Yeah. So accordingly, we have to change this part. What we'll do, if and I will take all of this thing here. So if conversation is not started, then we'll do this, and if it is started, then we'll show our list view. So else we'll show our chat list view. Awesome, makes sense. And here we'll say on submitted value final function string, and let's create that as required. Now if the icon button is on pressed here, we'll call on submitted, and we'll pass our controller dot text. Perfect. Now once we have that, here API call we will do, so that we'll transfer this message from our UI to the backend side. So here API call we will do, and we will add inside our conversation. So conversations dot add conversation value, that is question basically. So I'll just change this, and yep, question will not be null, and this answer will make it as empty string. Perfect. So this is our conversations that we will add, and let me just set state. So in this video, I'm not using any state management right now, but we can use state management as well. So chat list view, I'll copy that, and inside the widgets, let's go in and create chat list view. Let's import our material.dart, and let's create a stateful widget for the chat list view. Let's create a list view, and list view.builder. Now this will take final. Yeah. List of conversations. Yep. So let's import that. Conversations will pass. Perfect. Now here we'll pass the item builder and item count as conversation. So widget dot conversation dot length context index, and here we'll make one widget that will be so we'll make a column, and which will have children. Main access will be minimum, right? So I'll create one widget here, and is from AI, I'll pass as true here. Okay, so let's create this message widget now. Import material.dart, and now we'll make our stateless widget. Now this message widget that we have made will take few parameters. Conversation, that is a string. Text, final bull is AI, and we'll add that is AI will be by default as false. Now here we'll make our containers. Okay, now let's import our message widget. Let's pass the text, and this is from AI. Awesome. Now only thing that we have to do is make this containers. So okay, now to check the UI, let's create one conversation. So what I'll do inside this conversation, I'll manually add one conversation. Question will be this one, why is sky blue, and answer we will add as well. Okay, let's hot restart once. Okay, so we are getting error here, and I guess I know where the error is coming. Here we can see that we have a column, and here we are seeing that we have a list view. So we have to wrap this with the expanded widget. Awesome. So we are getting our messages, but the alignment is not proper. So what we will do is inside our chat list view, we have the container or the message widget. We'll add a constraint max width. We'll pass as mdof.size.width 0.8. So that will be our maximum width that this box will have, this message will have. Awesome. Now this container, we will align it. Okay, so if from AI alignment dot center left, otherwise center right. Okay, so that will do the job for us. Now we can pass some sized box between each conversation, that is 32 here. So I'll create a height of 32. Awesome. So our conversation part is done as well. We can type and then it will come and it will scroll as well. So right now we can see that an answer has this like, copy, dislike button as well. So let's make that also. So inside the message widget, let's wrap this container with a column, pass main axis size as minimum, and after this column let's create a row of children. Awesome. So our UI is done. Let's go back and inside our home page, and now if I remove this conversation, I hot restart, we have our main screen, UI screen. Now all we have to do is when we click here send, like what is the color of the sky, I can click this button, this will send it, and here it will start generating our message automatically. We don't have to do anything. So when we click here, we need to call our API so that we can get our message response here, right? So what we can do, let's add our HTTP package in pubspec.yaml. Let's go back, let's add HTTP pubget. Now we can, after this, get URI.parse. Here we will add our URL for the API dot then, and actually it will be post. So it will be a post API, and we'll also send body. So let's JSON encode that. We will pass headers. So let's pass that also. Content type as application JSON. I'm not sure if this is correct, so I'll check once. So the content type, let's go and search once. Yeah, application JSON. All right, yeah, that's fine. Then we'll call this API, this JSON encode also. We'll pass the data, and what it will take is text, and I will pass our question. Now once we have a response back, we have to take it, JSON decode it, and then we get our map response back or data. Now from this data, we can also directly get, we'll be getting our response, and that will be our string result. Now what we can do is conversations dot, and we can dot last is equals to conversation result and a question we will have for that. Perfect. Otherwise, let's just create this only dot question, and after that hit set state. Okay, so now all we have to do is make our backend, so that after clicking this button the API will be called, then we'll get our result back, and after that it will automatically update our UI as well. So let's focus on our Python backend now, and let's open PyCharm and create a Python project. Here I'll create a new project and name it as FlutterGPT backend. Hit create. There we go, we have it. Now we'll be needing a few packages. In this video I'm going to use Fast API to make the backend, but we can use Flask or any other API as well, or framework, right? So yeah, Fast API is installed already, and after that we need UVCon. So UVCon is also installed. Perfect. Now what we have to do, inside our main.dart, we have to remove everything. From Fast API, import Fast API. So we'll import the class Fast API. We'll make our app. So with the Fast API, it's pretty easy to make API. Like, It's not that tough and we can make APIs quickly. If you need a specific video on how to deploy fast API on cloud, then make sure to comment that and I'll definitely make a video on that as well. Perfect. So after that, let's import UVCon. And this UVCon basically will run our backend and we'll pass our app. Now everything is set up. Let's create app.post. Now here what we'll do is we'll create our method and the method name will be get a response. Let's hit pass, format the code. Now the API will be get response, or yeah, something like that, and return test. So let's see if the API is working or not. I'll simply going to run the project. You can see that the API is starting to run. So I'll copy the URL and inside my Arc browser, I'll go here and go to the get response. Okay, so I added post here. I'll make it as get. Let's stop the backend and run again. And you can see that I am returning test here. That means our backend is working perfectly fine. Awesome. Now instead of returning test, what we have to return is it will get post. And what we will be getting one class of our payload. So let me create that, and it will take from base model from Pydantic package. And basically what it will take is it will take text of string, because in Flutter we are passing as text inside the payload, as you can see. So text it will accept, and this payload I will pass as here, that it will accept. Perfect. So once we pass that payload, so the response also I will import from fast API. Okay, I added response, right? I have to make it as JSON response. Let me stop, run it again. There we go. We are getting a response and an empty string here, like we have made. Result is empty right now. Now what we have to do, we have to populate the value in result, whatever we are searching based on the text, right? So here we are searching, so the question is payload.text and we'll get the answer here. So let's go and create our chatbot. So here what I'll do, we have one package here. So let me open an Arc. So we have this package FlutterGPT that I'll be using in this video. And basically what it is it's a reverse engineering way of the Bing ChatGPT that we have. So Bing ChatGPT we'll be using and integrating with our application. So how this works is basically here, if you scroll down, we have a basic example. And so let me show you one example of how this works. I'll open up IDE. So this is one basic Edge GPT test program that you can see. And it's pretty basic actually. What is happening is we are importing all of the packages and the Edge GPT package. After that, we are getting cookies from the Bing cookies that I have stored in this file. I'll tell you how you can extract these cookies as well. Once you have those, you need to initialize your chatbot, which we are doing right here. and once it is initialized, we are asking from with a prompt, conversation style, and simple response, and based on that we'll get a response. So let me search or ask anything like what is the color of the sky. Right, I'll hit F5, I'll run it, and you can see that it is running right now. It will go to the HGPT or Bing chatbot and it will fetch the result for us. And there we go, we have our response back. Let's view it, and you can see that color of the sky is blue most of the time. So here we have text, author, sources. So all of the sources also we have got, which it searched from, and suggestions we have. Based on that, what we can ask more. So all of that information we are getting from our JSON. Pretty great, right? So we'll be using this logic. So let's copy this part and let's go and paste it right. So let's make this def function as asynchronous, and here what I'll do is I'll paste the logic, this logic that we have. So I'll paste that. This chatbot, I'll import the package for the chatbot. This cookies we'll simply initialize at the beginning of the app. Right, this JSON we'll import, this path we will import, and yep. Perfect. So here we are getting everything. Now let me just run the FlutterGPT installation. So to install the package, we just need to run a FlutterGPT install. So I'll install this package inside the terminal. So pip install FlutterGPT, pip3 install FlutterGPT. Let's do that, and it will install and error will go away as well. Awesome. Now the cookies that we have, I just need to add that. So let me go inside the documents and paste it. There we go. So cookies also I have added. Now how you can also extract cookies, I'll tell that. First go to your browser and search for Bing chat. So Bing AI or Bing chat, anything you can search for. Go to this Microsoft Bing right here. Now I have logged in. So what you have to do is first log out, sign out. So now what you have to do is go to sign in again. Sign in you do once here with your Microsoft account, and now once you're signed in, then what you can do is click on this chat. Once you are on this chat interface, what you need to do is go to your extensions and add one extension known as cookie editor. So if you go to your browser and search for this extension cookie editor, you can find it right here. So just install that extension. So you have to install this extension. Once this extension is installed, just go there, click on it, and we can simply export it in JSON. Once you do that, it will copy it in JSON and you can go and paste it like I have pasted right here. Perfect. So I have my cookies as well, and let's stop it. Okay, it's already stopped. So now what we can do is question that we have, I can simply paste that question here. Response I will get, and from that response I have to get the text as my answer. Right. So now let's run it again. And let's go to the postman and I'll ask something like, who is the president of India? Alright, so it's running right now, as you can see. And we have got the response as well from the chatbot API. Perfect. So now we can use this response inside the app. So now what we have to do is we have to copy this link and I can paste it here in the app. Now the thing is that inside the emulators, the IP address is 10.0.2.2 instead of the local host that we have here, that is 127.0.0.1. Instead of that, we have to use 10.0.2.2. 8000 will work fine, the port that we are using. Nothing we have to change in that. So that is it that we have to do. Let's see if it works or not. So I'll open up the emulator and let's check if the API works or not. So now let's check the app if it is working or not. So I'll just type and hit run. And you can see that the question is coming and it is searching now. And there we go, we have our complete response from our chatbot. Now what I can do is I can first clear it out on searching. So on submitting, what we can do is controller.clear. Right. Now let's search for anything else like tell me some latest news. I'll hit search. It will search. We can add some loading animation as well. If the text is empty, then it will show one loading animation. So we can add that also. So that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you do, then please like it and subscribe my channel as well. If you're interested in a face recognition application in Flutter, then make sure to click this video below. So with that all being said, I'm Yash Makan. Peace out.